or his posse.
I would like to say this at this point in the podcast. So some people may have noticed that the thumbnail changed on the most recent Sledge Lords episode before this, and there was a bit of an edit. I am prone to speaking off the cuff and just really saying whatever the fuck is going through my brain, and sometimes not really considering what the repercussions of it might have been.
Sure.
I had a conversation about something that Lana Rhoades had said in private to somebody that I know about me. And in my brain, when I heard that, that just basically, or when it came up on the podcast, it caused me to just basically wow the fuck out. And I really, in that moment, did not consider the fact that, well, I completely forgotten about it, didn't know about the fact that my girl has a relationship of sorts with Lana. They talk about mom shit or whatever, and I guess my girl wasn't as bothered by the shit talk as I was. You know, myself, I hear about somebody talking shit about me. It's like, oh, I'm going to fucking go off on them on a podcast.
Yeah.
I was being ignorant of the fact that I have a business relationship with my girl now, and even though Lana Rhoades is basically like totally out of porn, there are still ways in which my girl has to, you know, interact with her. And she was super bummed and upset that I did that, because like part of kind of like the agreement in the porn thing with me and my girl is just that we don't really talk shit about other girls. We don't get involved in the messiness or the drama or anything like that. And so I just basically was saying shit that I shouldn't have said. So I ended up deleting it. My apology is less so to Lana because, you know, essentially nearly everything I said there was accurate, and some of it might have been quite rude, but
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like you're exactly apologizing.
No, yeah, I'm not really apologizing to her so much as my girl, because I kind of really went outside the boundaries of things that we consider acceptable in our relationship, which I felt kind of bad about. And what really sucked is that I went on this fucking poker live stream at the Hustler Casino, posted that TikTok and reel immediately before I went in to play the game, and they take your phone away for 5-6 hours, and then I get my phone back, and it's like, oh, my girl's fucking furious at me for... So, yeah.
And I want to take this time to apologize to my girl, because I did find and masturbate to the video of Lana drinking a bowl of piss. So, hey, you know.
Well, I haven't done that.
Well, you're missing out.
I just wanted to at least exonerate my girl from having anything to do with this. Oh, because Lana Rhoades blocked her on Instagram right after.
Sure. Yeah. So that's the point you're trying to get across here, that Lena had nothing to do with the attack against Lana.
Right. And it's not that I don't really believe the things I was saying. I was just being kind of mean about it. And, you know, it's like, this is Hollywood shit, is our industry shit, is that you will hear about somebody attacking you in private to someone else, and then you're supposed to just kind of ignore it. Or at the very least, you're not supposed to go on a podcast and air out the details of it. But, you know, I figured I should at least say that.
Yeah, no, it's good. And I told you, too, that now that I'm back in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's pretty rare that people say anything about the channel to me, which is nice. I don't really want to talk about work when I'm there. But this one dude who's like a very successful finance guy, like a well-to-do Asian man who drives a $70,000 Tesla, he cut me up and he was like, hey, man, I really like your stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah? Yeah, you see the border video? Yeah. Most liberal college? He's like, nah, I saw you sitting on a couch while Adam22 talked shit about Lana Rhoades. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, I was a real artist in that segment.
It's weird that was so viral for like the 6 hours that it was up.
I'm kind of glad. I'm glad you were playing poker, you know, more exposure.
Yeah, if I had kept it up, that would have been probably better. But then I would have, I just like, as soon as I realized that my girl was upset over it, I just went into like full on, you know, recovery mode and just like deleted everything.
You know, dude, I'm
a pussy. I know. I feel bad that like we talked on the podcast and then I had to edit it.
You don't have to apologize.
I should have made that call beforehand.
Dude, you know, you were apologizing to me about that as if I was going to be like, no, Adam22 is once again sacrificed the artistic integrity of our podcast. They are meant to be consumed in their entirety.
Well, that's the one good thing about this being live is that not being live is that we feel comfortable really kind of going off the chain and saying whatever. Whereas when you're live, you feel like a little bit more like you want to be careful, but then when we do it here, it's like, oh, we could edit it afterwards. So we can always go a little too far and then pull it back afterwards.
This place has been a real beehive of controversy the last couple months, hasn't it been?
Yeah.
And you know what I was listening to? I got into Elton John recently, and I found that old duet he did with Eminem, the Stan one. And I was listening to
what, like on some award show or something?
Yeah. It was beautiful. But then Eminem had that song Without Me, that really big hit, like 2 trailer park girls go round the outside. Dude, in that, so I guess I looked it up on Wikipedia, and the way that guy dealt with hate, I guess Moby I had a bone to pick with Eminem about like the homophobia that was nearly constant in all of Eminem's early albums. Moby was like, yeah, the way he mistreats gay people and calls them all sorts of horrible slurs, it's just deplorable. There's a line in the song Without Me, which is like a massive top 10 radio hit all over the world, platinum single. And Moby, you 36-year-old bald-headed FAG, blow me. You're too old, let go. Nobody listens to techno.
Yeah, and doesn't he say something about you get fucked up by Obi, as in Obi Trice?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know who Obi Trice is. As you can probably imagine.
One of Eminem's guys.
But like, dude, he just called him a 36-year-old bald-headed FAG after getting accused of like, dude, and that was a mainstream song.
Yeah.
Like, the balls and the time that you could get away with stuff like that.
Yeah, I miss it. But you could do that now. You would just be like Steven Crowder.
Or if
Actually,
you were,
no, but he won't F slur it.
He had that shirt that said socialism is for figs that got him in trouble with YouTube.
Figs.
Because he was going after Carlos Maza.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember
I got
that
blocked
beef?
by that fucking dude.
Carlos Maza blocked you?
Yeah, I was trashing him so bad.
He's pretty whack.
Because he remember what was the thing that he was doing that I hated him so much for? He was just taking a stand about YouTube ads, I think, or something like that, like or about who YouTube was monetizing or some shit like that. But then he ended up leaving Vox, I believe, and starting his own like
YouTube
essentially failed YouTube channel, from what I recall. He might be doing well, I don't know. This has been a clip from my new podcast, Sledgelords with Danny Mullen. We're dropping a new episode every week, so either hit the link in the description or search up the Adam 22 channel on YouTube. Appreciate you guys.